Hello creative minds, welcome back to Style by Marvellgreg, and today's project I'll be showing you how to make an Adire two-piece that's a free pants and like a Bubu top. Let's get right into it. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric using my hip measurement. Then I added extra 4 inches. That's to add for the wideness of my pants. You can do more, you can do less, depending on how wide you want your pants to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and rule a straight line to serve as a starting point. So I'll rule it from the down part because the down part is neat, and I will just be able to fold it or leave it like that if I don't want to fold it. So I'll just go ahead and mark for my trouser length. So I'll be adding a 2-inch band to this pants, and the length I used here is 44 inches. So you can measure how long you want your pants to be and you will impute it. So I'm going to point out my 2 inches band out before including my measurement. So I'll mark my hip point like so, and I'll highlight it. Then after marking my hip point, I'll go ahead and mark my crouch depth. So you can measure your crouch depth by sitting on a flat surface and measuring from your waist to the flat surface, or you can also go ahead and measure your hip divided by 2, then add about extra 1.5 inches allowance, or you can just go ahead and mark 2 inches from your waist, from your hip point measurements to get your crouch depth. Okay, so that's the length of my pants, and I'll just go ahead and impute my basic measurements. So at my waist point, I'll just go ahead and mark my round hip measurements, and I'll add extra 2 inches. So I'm adding this extra 2 inches. It's going to serve as my joining allowance and also for ease as well. So I'm also going to mark what I have as my waistline at my hip line as well. Then I will also go ahead and add my allowance for ease, and I'll mark it. So at my crotch depth, my crotch line, I'm going to be extending it by 2.5, but I'll first of all bring down my line. So the line I marked, the straight line I marked at my waist and also at my hip, I will just go ahead and mark it there as well first. Then I'll go ahead and connect my line straight down to my crouch line. Then I'll go ahead and extend by 2.5 inches. So I marked that 2.5 inches, and I'm just going to curve it to meet my hip line, just like I'm doing here. It's very easy. So the next point now is to go ahead and mark the wideness of my pants. So for the wideness of my pants, I'm going to mark what I have at my crotch line, just like so. I had about 15 inches. So for the rest of my hemline of my pants, I'm going to be marking 14 inches. That is, I'm taking just 1 inches from what I have at my crouch line, and I'll just go ahead and connect it all the way straight down to the length of my pants like so. I'll just mark it appropriately, and I'll mark it all the way down, then I'll connect it, and that's basically it for this pants. This is a free pant, we don't want it so tight, so it's very easy to make. So I'll just go ahead and connect it all the way down like so. So after connecting, we are done basically for this pants. This is also a high waist pants. Remember I said I'm adding a 2-inch band to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out just like you see me do here. And after cutting out, I'll go ahead and place it to cut out our back piece. So for the back piece, ensure that what you have at your front piece, you should have extra like 4 inches, extra 4 inches from what you already have at your front piece. 4 inches, that is at least 2 inches at the crouch line side, and 2 inches at the other side, at the side as well. So once this is what I'm talking about, you can see my back piece is wider than my front piece, so ensure that you have extra 4 inches when cutting out for your back piece. So I'm just going to place it neatly just the way I'm doing, and I'll pin it down so it doesn't move. I'll just go ahead and pin it straight down, so the side is going to align straight just like you see in this video, and I'll pin down. So next is to impute just some of the measurements we're going to be needing for ease. So at that point, crotch point, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. Then I'm going to extend that 2 inches all the way to my crouch. Then at my crouch, I went out by 3 inches like so, and I'll extend my crouch line. Then I'm going to mark that 2 inches I marked there. I'm just going to blend it to meet the crouch line like so. So I'll just be marking that 2 inches all the way at my crouch depth. I'll just be marking it, and I'll go ahead and just connect it to meet the 3 inches extension we did for our back crouch, just like so. So I'll just go ahead and connect it just like I did here, and that's basically it. Then I'll also go ahead and blend from that 3 inches. I'll just go ahead and blend it down to meet the length of my pants, okay, because this is a free pant, and we're also going to be using this as joining allowance for our pants as well. So I'll just slant it up. So I'll extend my 2 inches up just like I did earlier. Then I'll connect it with a slant all the way to the side of my pants just like I've done. This is just to give the butt ease, and that's basically it for this pants, high waist free pants. And I'm just basically going to be cutting out just like so. So I'll just quickly cut it out for you to see, and that's basically it. After cutting this out, I'm just going to go ahead and slash it open by the side as well. I will cut out for our Bubu crop top. I'll go and go ahead and join the crouch and come back later. So this is what I have left of my fabric. So I've just folded it into 4. Remember that this fabric, we are using it to make a 3-in-1 piece. I've already posted the first parts on this channel, and this is just the second part. So if yours is longer, your top will definitely be longer. So I have about, the wideness is 18 inches, so you could do a wideness of about 25 inches if you want the top, the butterfly, to be bigger. Then for the length, I think I had about 26-25 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark my shoulder. This is a cut together top, and I'll go ahead and mark 10 inches for the top. That's basically what I have there already. Then I went down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. Then for the neckline, I did 3 inches by 1.5 for the back, and I'll go ahead and connect it with my curve just like I'm doing. Then the front is going to be a V neckline, so I'm going to mark about 8 inches or thereabout. So I marked about 9 inches for the depth of my V neck. So you can go ahead and do less if you don't want it to be too deep. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the curvy side to curve down my neckline like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect with a slope just like so to connect to my neckline just like I've done here. And that's basically it for this top. So like I said, if you want yours to be longer, you can go ahead and ensure that you have a longer length. But my length was about 25 inches, and that's because that's what I have left of this fabric, so I just made use of it. So just go ahead and connect like so, and I'll just go ahead and cut out. So but then for the length of my sleeve, I'm going to be doing about 10 inches, but we'll mark that much later by the time we're done joining this top. So I'll just go ahead and cut the shoulder slanted just to have about 0.5 inches for joining allowance. Then I'll take out the back piece so as to enable me to cut the neckline of the front piece just like so. So I'll pin down, then I'll just go ahead and cut out my neckline and cut out the down part as well. So at this point I remembered I didn't cut out the down part of the bag, so I just went ahead to place it and cut that out as well. And that's basically all for the cutting. Now we're going to go ahead and begin stitching our pants together. And you remember I said I was going to go ahead and stitch the crouch, which I've already done. I also went ahead to cut out a pocket for this. This is what I'm using for my pocket. I'll just go ahead and fold it into 4, and I'll just place my hand as a guide, and I'll just go ahead and cut it round just like I'm doing, like so, and slant it open. So after doing this, I'll just go ahead and place my pockets 1 inches from the waistline, and I'll go ahead and stitch. So I have about 8 by 8.5 inches here for my pocket. So this is the front piece. I've gone ahead to join the crouch area. So I'm just going to mark 1 inches from the waistline, and I'll place my pocket like so. So take note of how I'm placing the pockets. I'll pin it down. I'll do same for the other side as well. I'll come down by 1 inches, and I'll mark it, and I'll place my other pockets like so, and I'll go ahead and stitch it down. So I'll also bring my back piece, and I'll also do the same. I've gone ahead to also join the crouch of my back piece. I marked 1 inches. I placed my pocket, I pinned it down, and I'll do same for the other side. So I'll just go ahead and stitch straight down all the way, my pocket area straight down like so in all sides. So this is what it looks like by the time I was done, and I did that for both the front and the back. So I'll just place the front at the back like so, and I'll go ahead and close up my sides. So I'll close up like so, and I'll close up the pockets and top stitch there and close all the way down, just like I'm demonstrating with my hands. I'll do the same for the other side as well. So this is what it looks like when I was done closing. You can see our pocket is open at that side, so you just go ahead and give it a good press. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead and join the crouch area like so all the way, and I'll come back to show you the next step. So I was done doing that. You can see how it's looking neat. So just go ahead and give it a good press. Next is to work on our band. I'll measure what I have round on my waistline, and I'm going to use that to cut my band. So I'll measure what I have. So for instance, if you end up having about 56 inches round, go ahead and measure your band 57 inches. That extra 1 inch is going to be like for joining, and after joining it, by the time you fold, ensure you measure it again to then ensure that what you now have is your total waist that you marked. So this is my 2-inch band, and this is what I have. So on fold, I have about 5 inches. No, I have about 2.5 inches on fold. So I joined this together. This the band, I joined it together. So I'm just going to mark to ensure that what I have is what I need, and after measuring, I'll go ahead and close up. So after measuring what I need, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the excess that I don't need, and I'll go ahead and totally close up my band like so. So after closing this up, I'll close up neatly. I left about 1 inches in the center. That 1 inches is just to ensure that I use it to pass my elastic. So just leave about 1 inches and ensure that you top stitch when leaving this 1 inches. So I'll go ahead and iron this, then I'll go ahead and place it on my pants. So that part that I left 1 inch open that's the part that will sit on the front piece of your pants. So I'll go ahead and stitch it round and come back. So after stitching this round, this is what I have. Ensure that you weave the other side. So now I'll pin down my band. So for my band, my waistline is 34 inches, so I went ahead to minus about no, my waistline is 32 inches that I'm working with, so I went ahead to minus about 5 inches from that, which was actually fine because I wanted it to be very I wanted it to hold very well. So just go ahead and do what works for you. So I'll go ahead and impute my elastic band neatly all the way around, and I'll come back to show you what it looks like. So I pass it neatly. You can see how it's looking like. So I'll just go ahead and push it in. So I'm just going to go ahead and now stitch down my band. I'll close it up. So this is how my band is. I'll go ahead and top stitch on it and come back. So after top stitching on it, I'll just push it in. So at this point, if you want to include a rope to your pants, this is the best time to do that. You can go ahead and impute your rope, then stitch down. So I'm going to stitch down on my elastic on two sides all the way. So when you are stitching, ensure that you drag it. So if you don't drag it, your waist measurement might reduce. So the next step is to go ahead and fold the down parts, which I might end up not even folding because the down part is okay. So for the top, I went ahead to pipe up all my necklines with bias tape. So I've gone ahead to close up. So the next part is to go ahead and join my shoulders neatly. So after that, I'll just go ahead and give it a very good press. So I'm going to go ahead and join my shoulders neatly, then I'll fold this other part, that's the sides all the way round, and also the down part as well. So this is what it looks like by the time we're done. We're almost done with this top. Next, I'm going to be including like a band at the inner part. So I'm just going to measure from my shoulder to my waistline, and I'll just mark it. I'll also measure the other side and mark it. So from the center of this top, I'm going to go out by about 6 inches. So it's just like, for instance, you're measuring your nipple to nipple measurement and adding extra 1 inch or 1.5 inches. So I'll get the center of my top and I'll go ahead and mark about 5 inches from that point, and that is where I'm going to be placing my band, just like a belt that will just tighten the snatch the waist area. This is optional, you can go ahead and do without it. After including my band, I'll go ahead and measure 10 inches for the wideness, for the open of how I want my sleeve to be open, and I'll go ahead and close the rest of the dress. So I measured 10 inches as well at the other side, and I'll close up for my dress, and I'll also go ahead and impute my belt. So your belt can be 2 inches wide, that's fine, it's going to work, or even 3 inches, that's also fine. So I'll go ahead and close up, and that will be basically all for this top. So this is what it looks like by the time I was done. I've attached my belt, I've closed the side, and this is what we have. And we have our top. So if yours is what your fabric is longer and wider, it's going to also come out very beautifully as well. Thank you guys for watching, and this is what mine look like. You can see how beautiful it's looking. You can also decide to pair the top with something else like a jean, or you can also decide to pair the pants with something else, maybe a white top or even a crop top or whatever it is. Like this outfit goes with, like, it's very chic, and this is what mine look like. I hope you learned something and you'll be trying it. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely be seeing you in my next tutorial. This is definitely going to be our last tutorial for the year, and I'll be seeing you in my next tutorial in 2026. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers and to everyone that's constantly supported this channel this year. Next year we're going to do definitely more things together. Thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you in 2026. Bye.